say that led to Magic City DJs?
Absolutely. Laz introduced me to Danny and all the other guys and everything. I didn't really know none of them. I grew up in Oakland Park. You know, hung out with the Pony Boys and all like the real ghetto stuff in the hood. And yeah, like Laz would just, you know, he got me up out of the hood and showed me some other sides of life that I'm very grateful for. You know, he was always there for me as a friend and everything. And we went through some tough times, and he was there for me just as kind of like a role model, positive, because I went down the wrong path and they were fighting to pull me over to the right path and just put me on the right direction, which is kind of cool.
But it's funny sitting there reminiscing with all this stuff, because thinking back to the show in Key West.
Yeah, I was a little hot-headed back in the day, and I grow up now, so I'm normalized. When people used to try me, I was pretty bad. I'd say that. You know, someone tried me, I think I pulled out a Uzi on somebody. Something.
Yeah, I saved his ass.
I
saved his ass.
He saved me that night too. You know, another time.
Yeah.
But moving forward, we had some good times, man.
Fucking A, we did.
I gotta tell you, he took me to my first 5-star dinner. We were in Texas once. And you gotta think now, I come from the ghetto, I never saw nothing really nice, nothing like that. We go to a restaurant, and he's like, let's order. I pick up the menu. I about died when I looked at the menu, first of all. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? He goes, don't worry, just get it. I'm like, Laz, man, this is a lot of money. I ain't got that much money on me. He's like, don't worry, I got you. I understand. That's the best steak I ever had. Remember when we talked about that? You were dying laughing, but to me, it was like, I couldn't believe it. It was great, man.
He was sitting there in front of me, and he just looks at me. He's like, dude, I don't even know what to order.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's here. Like, this isn't Chinese to me.
Yeah.
I got you, homie. Don't worry about it.
It was
Let's
awesome,
go.
man. It was awesome. Good times, man. I tell you another funny story that, you know, I was the prankster when we used to go on tour, and we'd check in these nice hotels, and I'd go to the front desk and I would steal all the front desk business cards with the address, and I would write Laz's room number on the back of them. So we'd be out on stage jumping around, and I would go and just throw the cards out to all these girls, right? So we'd take the limo, get back to the hotel. There'd be a line like Disney World of all these people, all these girls waiting for DJ Laz. He's like, you motherfucker, dude, I can't believe you said it. It was just like, it was.
We got kicked out of several hotels. Several hotels.
Take a story when you got kicked out of a hotel.
Shit, there's so many. The one that sticks out the most, I don't remember if it was Dallas, Houston, it was somewhere in Texas. And we get back from the show, and the show, it was one of those, 5,000 people's fucking crazy. And EJ, being the prankster, he did his usual routine and took the cards and tossed them on there and started handing them out. We get back, and like I said, there was a line. And they're all lined up, and we go to walk into the hotel, and the security guy, I guess, hadn't gotten laid in forever, so he was mad that there was a lot of women there. And he said, I'm calling the police. I go, what are you calling the police for? What do we do? And he said, no, you guys are disturbing the peace at my hotel, and da-da-da-da-da. He called the fucking cops. And there was 50 girls in the lobby, and the cop shows up, and he's pissed off, and everybody's pissed off. And I said, dude, we just came to have a good time. What's the problem? And before you know it, we said, I think I said, you know what, fuck this, let's just go. We went to a different spot and had a fucking party, had a great time. But yeah, this fucking guy here.
How did you spend so much time on the road in lieu of radio? Who was your replacement at radio?
There really wasn't. I had it down packed where basically when I would do weekend shows, because I would get off the radio, and this is before I did mornings. I would get off the radio, let's say that night I had a mix show or whatever, and I would jump on a plane. If I got off at 6 o'clock at night, I'd jump on a plane at 8:30. I'd be in Texas by 10:30. I'd be on stage by 12:30. And I would do, Dallas Friday night. I would do Houston Saturday, Corpus Christi Sunday, fly right back to Miami and jump on the radio. And it was rough. It takes its toll on you, without a doubt, but it was a lot of fun. It was a whole lot of fun.
DJ, you've notoriously moved out of the bass scene and into a whole new world of electronic music. You've said to me before that it was an easy transition, but I'd like for you to recount the moment you woke up to your new reality.
Yeah, well, most of the time, like back when bass was the big in thing and everybody was playing bass on the radio, which I was a part of everything, At that time, I was actually into underground hip hop, which wasn't even born yet. They weren't playing it on the radio. Nobody really wanted to. I was driving him crazy. Laz, man, we gotta play hip. We gotta play hip. It's gonna be big. You gotta play this. You gotta play this. And you know, he was more open-minded to it than any of the other guys there. You know, Felix Salmon was kind of cool about it too. But nobody wanted to hear hip hop on the radio back then. And I was killing it because in the battles, and that's what I came from, was the hip hop scene. It just evolved into it. And the booty music was cool because I liked the tempos with the fast up tempos cutting. But yeah, but it just all stemmed back from like my b-boy days from breakdancing, coming up with like the 80s freestyle, and then it went into Planet Rock and all that kind of stuff, which to me was still electronic music then, and then the break scene just adapted that, and it just evolved from that. So I went and did the hip hop thing, did the booty bass thing, then got into the electronic music scene thing. I'm currently signed to a record label, Kill City Records, with Hybrid over in the UK, doing remix work for them, and you know, it's just, the music to me is a little bit more complex to make, so it pushes more boundaries instead of just sampling loops and that kind of stuff and using just organic bass sounds out of drum machines. I kind of like the synthesis and making stuff now modularly, but it's just personal preference. I get more satisfaction from it because it's just more complex. It makes me think harder, you know, just instead of an 808 snare and a cowbell and some hats. But
When you said hip hop, of course, what comes to mind right away is X-Men and X-Ecutioners. Would you like to recount your time with that?
yeah, in '90 I got put down with a DJ crew called the X-Men crew, which Marvel put a lot of pressure on, soon became the X-Ecutioners, and became pretty famous. It was a 10-11 man crew. I got put in by Steve D, the originator of beat juggling, which is creating beats on turntables. Seems to be a big popular thing now, and I was part of that. I was the first DJ to bring it to the Southeast United States. Nobody was making beats down here. You know, you had a lot of DJs that can cut wicked. You had a DJ Swift, you had Swayze, you know, you had all these really DJs back then that, you know, can cut like bandits. And we used to practice, and you know, you had Jock D and Jones. Everybody could cut like crazy good, like really good intricate patterns, Magic Mike. Everybody. Laz had the whole mouth thing going on that nobody could fucking top at that time. It was
just like the ladies.
It was neat. So to bring a different angle into the element down here made me stick out like a thumb on a hand, because everybody's battling who can scratch the fast, and here I am making full songs and orchestration stuff. So it was kind of cool. Kind of cool.